Good morning to you lords, Rakso here. Today I'm going to make some videos on my channel, maybe not today but in the nearest future, on which I'm going to display and explain some glitches, tricks and bugs on the game and explain the difference between those three and which also about multiplayer, which are allowed, what shouldn't be used because rules, and fair play purposes. Anyway, let's get into it. And I'm going to display firstly the difference between a glitch, a bug, and a trick, and what is the overall reason why this series of videos or playlist has to come out. Well, I talked to Firefly back in the day, to Tasha, and she said I should send a ticket about glitches so that Firefly might be able to fix those things up in the future, maybe after the Warlords get released. And I replied that some of these glitches are hard to explain, and back then I didn't thought I'll ever gonna comment anything, so now I do, and I'm going to show all what I know, explain how does it work, why does that work, and Firefly will eventually take example of that and is going to fix those things in the future, because I don't mean to be rude now, but I think they simply just don't know those things, and that's why the patches are often not giving any good fixes, only some minor changes, which is not so good. So let's hope version 1.5 is going to be something way better. I'm going to play on this regular map, exercise on 8 players, no walls. It's the version of the multiplayer map for the game, and I'm going to show for first what a trick is, right? So let's just do it. I buy some stuff now. Alright, so peasants 65. What a trick is. For example, here I'm going to show you a trick where you build first some a row of orchards, and you don't build next ones first, but wait for the first ones to become green. This way, when your workers work, then they don't take a nap on the chairs, and they never take bricks, so they gather apples because there are always apples in the area to gather, so they never nap, always work. That's a trick commonly used on multiplayer. Simple thing to do. And a trick, to explain it correctly, is something that can give you an advantage if you use it, but it doesn't upgrade anything or make it perform better. I mean, this obviously has a great impact, but it doesn't affect any of those buildings in as one to make, for example, one orchard produce more apple. A glitch, now I can show you. A glitch is where I can pause the game, which I seem to be unable on the map, so or either I forgot the shortcut. Anyway, now I have double workers on each of the buildings. That's a glitch. A glitch is something that the player performs and is used to provide you an advantage. if you use those things, so that I have no double workers on each of my orchards. You don't need to use pause button for it, you just only need to be very fast, and now I have double workers on each orchards. On some buildings this thing is more broken. For example, iron mines, I can make see, I made now double, now I'll make 3, but the first one disappeared, so now I'll do 3 workers for these iron mines. They should glitch insanely. You see, they haven't yet reached the iron mine, but there's already a worker in it. So now you can, for example, close it so that those iron mines will teleport the iron on the stockpile in a super insane ratio. That is one of the most hardcore, let's say, glitches that I know for Stronghold. There is also a glitch with the quarry, but I need to find a good, not annoying spot. I think I won't, so maybe like that. This is also a glitch. That's on multiplayer, where you can make walls longer than you should, so that broken. Can close this stone. You don't need to close the stone quarry on Stronghold 1. You just need to close the stockpile. Oh, you see, iron is working just because it has 3 workers. It totally glitched out, and now I receive tons of iron. It works on both Stronghold 1 and Crusader. Really one of the most broken things. Okay, let's now showcase what a bug is and explain to you. A bug is something that can happen on a game, and you can either make it or it can happen by itself, but it's not a glitch because it doesn't give you any advantage. It just happens. An example of a glitch, of a bug, sorry, can be that I can make some miners, right? And this is a pretty much common bug on the game. And now when I disband those miners, I don't receive any peasants back, which I used, and that's a bug really. Now when I go to my army, you see I still have 50 miners, but I actually don't have those. Same way is, for example, if you I'm going to jet some engineers, some younger ones, so those are the first I made. Now I'll make 2 more. I'll build a catapult. Not sure if here it works, but on Crusader it does. Pretty much annoying. Now if I dig a moat over this catapult should disappear out by itself, like it wouldn't ever exist. Actually, of what I see on Stronghold 1, this catapult remains still in the moat, but on Crusader, if you dig them out on a unit which is older and which is younger, older units overwrite young units. That's why, for example, if you play no fire, no flying stone on Crusader, people often make pikemen first, because the older type of units, the units you first make, overwrite the new units you will make, and older units are always more important for the game. So, for example, if I move a lord or some other unit, this is easy to explain on Crusader, so let's ignore that for now. Here is one glitch. Sorry a lot for my style. it's pretty much messy because I have never yet commented before or for videos. I feel kinda stressed out, but anyway. Some players, some watchers used to call me before to make commentary videos. I don't feel like it's a good idea for multiplayer. I'll need to work on that. But I consider it done when I have the mood for it. Now, we showcased a glitch, a trick, and a bug for now. So, what else can a trick be? Let me think. A trick. A trick can be engineers running to the smelter. A trick can be on Crusader assassins on the flag, which you press Control N plus 4, and 4 is number assigned to the assassins, so that if you move the assassins while on a flag, they are faster than assassins which you move normally. So that's also a trick. It's not a bug, and either a glitch. Might be a glitch, but it's just something completely normal and it's considered a trick. Anyway, this has its own disadvantages, so that it can't really be a glitch. You can't use it to walk through walls or climb on walls and place a flag on the other side of enemy walls, because you just simply can't do it. A trick which is considered cheating on Crusader, but which isn't considered cheating on Crusader, but it's considered cheating on Stronghold 1, is that you place 2 stables and jet 8 horses from those 2. You recruit 8 knights in the barracks, and then you delete those 2 stables with 4 knights each, so you jet back 20 wood, 400 gold. Those cost 20 wood, for 400 gold. So for each of these you get half of the resources back. You delete these 2 stables and you can place 1 more with 4 new horses for your knights for free. This allows you to make more knights for cheaper, but if you lose those knights, you obviously can't receive back the horses, because those horses were magic. This is a trick or a glitch called to be magic knights. It's not allowed on Stronghold 1, but on Crusader people do that. I think it's because we thought that knights wouldn't be as much powerful on some settings, because they are pretty much expensive. Okay, what else a glitch can be? We have miners and we want to dig some tunnels on the enemy. He has no walls, right? But imagine enemy has walls, so you build the tunnels. Your miners are grouped in a group. Number 1, this is the miners group. You make tunnels. Then once you have placed the tunnels, select a group, order it to move away, so that these the tunnels remain on the landscape, and this building is indestructible. You can't destroy it in your enemy can't destroy it in any possible way. It's just impossible to do. the only way to delete those is no through delete, right? Because those are your buildings, but if enemy is next to the tunnels, you won't be able to delete them. So it might appear that on the map there is an entity which is your building and it can't be destroyed in any way. You can trap a player using that. For example, if he would have a castle, you can surround his wall castle with tunnels and just move your miners away in this way to not to make them build it, and those tunnels remain there, and the enemy pretty much can't do anything about it. It's also one of the most broken glitches that I know. The same thing can happen if you place the tunnels, then you select a group of your miners and you order them to stop on the button. This makes them all stop in place and dig from the spot where they are, the tunnels on the other half of the map. It actually teleports them to the tunnels and allows them to die. It's something like a safe way to place tunnels and not to make the miners die, but it's obviously a glitch, shouldn't be used. Okay. There are also glitches which are editor stuff. Imagine, for example, that this engineer of mine over here, it's a lord, right? So I'm going to build something that will make my king unreachable. I just need plenty of stone and need wood. Okay, so the thing we do now, right? I need to delete those for now. Sorry, maybe I place some over here. I don't pretty much care how I build them, so ignore that. A wall segment 4 by 6. It meant to be 6. I think. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. Sorry, I am usually faster. Maybe that's because I often care. Obviously not making glitches, but in my gameplay, so I make things faster. Now I have placed a wall segment, 6 by 4. Now I have placed gateways, wooden gateways in such a way as shown. Now you need to place a tower. The biggest one or the second biggest, doesn't matter. Place it, delete it. Now you have to make wood over here, wooden walls over here, exactly next to wooden stairs. Now what you have to do is select the wooden towers, place them inside in such a way as I've shown here. Small tower here inside, delete those stuff, and what you notice, the tower is being deleted. Oh, you see this part of the tower has been deleted. You can place a wall inside this tower. That's how does it look. I have a wall inside the tower. Now I can delete this tower, and this is what happens. I just literally raised mountains directly in a game, and I didn't need a map editor trick for that, because you can perform sort of the map editor tricks in directly in the game. You don't need to be in a map editor to do those, so that's also kind of glitching, depends of what you do. I made it now to trap a unit inside it. Obviously I can still delete this thing by just placing walls on top of it and like that. You can other way do it with miners. A third way to get rid of that and kill the lord inside is to make fire oil engineers and throw fire oil on the unit. So this is also tricky. Actually not tricky, it's purely a glitch, nothing else beside. You just need many workers, for example apple orchards workers, and wait for most of them to have apple buckets in their hands. You put to sleep the workers, take the engineers howl, you recruit engineers, and let's go. See, I just made some fire oil engineers for free without working up on how to make them in the original way with the expensive this building, you know, and I didn't need pitch for that. I just got fire oil engineers for free. It's also a glitch for me. And how does that work? Well, I don't exactly know, but it happens. It has to deal with the peasants that you have put to sleep, and if most of them had something in their hands on the time that you have put to sleep the workshop or the building, it happens that the peasant and the thing he wears in his hands doesn't disappear unless he doesn't reach the spot he should and gets updated. Or it simply never happens and he doesn't get updated, and when you make engineers out of it, some of them appear directly with the fire oil because it's this engineer and this engineer is the same unit, but this has nothing in his hands and this has something in his hand. Imagine this is a normal worker without a apple bucket in his hand, and this is a worker without bucket in his hand, or a sword or a spear, just anything. And this is what happens. Oh jeez, Skype, I'm so sorry, I hope it didn't appear. Actually it glitched my game for a while. Never mind. What else should I display? That you can control peasants. It's working better on Stronghold 1. On Crusader it's a bit more tricky, and here I have some laddermen. I groped, and now let's make just plenty of laddermen. I'll delete the hovels, I don't need them. This isn't that much useful, it's rather just a bug which you can use, but it doesn't give you any advantage. To be honest, it's rather disadvantageous. So Jesus, disadvantageous. Oh my god, I'm sorry for my awful English language. Anyway, now I have these laddermans, I can disband them and I can control them as units because they were groped, right? So I send them somewhere there. Once they kneel, they should become apple orchards walkers, whose I can control, as you see. Other peasants often go to the workplace, but they don't because the way half a apple gatherer works is way different than some other peasants which would go to their workplace anyway, but that's the topic for some other video. Okay, what else glitch I can display? On my recent video I showed a glitch which I discovered for Crusader, but I already knew a one like that on Stronghold 1, but at Stronghold 1 it works in a different way. Honestly, give me a while because I need a short while to do it. That's going to be fast anyway, so don't worry. Need to trap. No way, don't work it. Actually, I could do something else. I show you some other funny way to do some glitch. It's about your workers. It doesn't work on Crusader and probably never would. At least I think I haven't found a way to do that. Oh, they glitched. Amazing. Anyway, orchard for apples. I don't have apples. Ah, damn, bro. Sometimes happens. Life sucks, for example, but we can give a lot of gold for our peasants because I have 60,000 of gold out of an hour. Because I know it won't work, but this is enough gold for the rest of my life, so I don't further need it. I forgot to place some ox, I think. Yes, otherwise I'd have stone. But if you place an ox next to the stockpile or inside the stockpile, like I did, you should have the resources. What the hell, bro? What are we doing? Let's disband. Nothing works on them completely, but you can still change them. Now they are back to normal. Why peasants are eating so fast? Come on, guys, why? Okay, now we need an armory. We need weaponers. We need the Oxteller type. I'll wait for the guy to come. Why you are so slow? Come on, guy. Okay. Oh, see, he's teleporting stuff. Stockpile. Stockpile, 2 armories. Okay, now we make weapon. Teleport. Like that. You can make it in another way. I'm also going to show because why not? Here you place 1. Here you place 2nd. You should start working in a while. Yes, so now you just place 2 walls in front of him. You should appear on top of those and teleport the thing. You'll see in a moment. This is also a glitch, but it's a harder way to do because you need to wait for them to start working actually, and simpler. Oh, woodcutters teleport wood there too. Everything in the game. Oh, so if you didn't, you can skip the video back for a while. Anyway, I think that should be enough for this video. I'll consider the next one to be more organized. I'll prepare for that purpose, and see you next time, guys. You can comment, ask, subscribe, leave some like buttons so it's more common to see. By the way, I uploaded my video and some guys said me it's a cheat knob. it's a cheat noob, someone commented, and I want just to reply him that I know it's a cheat and it's not allowed. Other guy joined my room and told me that I shouldn't share those things to people because they are using those. But imagine that those things have never been shared before, and some people back in the days, really old times, I didn't play it really that much back then, but you can imagine that most of the things weren't known to people, so other players have been using those on multiplayer, and you couldn't prove them that they're cheat because you just had no knowledge about the game and you couldn't prove your point. Because if you can't prove a cheat, you can't just blame someone is cheating. You don't know how he did that, so you can't right away say it's a glitch. Maybe someone won't agree, but if you don't agree, you can comment. But I think that the more you know about the game, the less people will often even cheat, because some glitches are so broken that people start considering if using ever the simplest glitches is something worth doing. For example, 1,000 of people use the stone quarry glitch. It's a glitch, guys. Don't use it. It's super cheatios. Look, you saw what I made with an iron mine, so why you do that with a stone quarry? Think what could I do if I would perform those glitches? So think about using them. Really, don't do things that you consider useful if they are a glitch. A glitch is not a solution. Learn the tricks. Don't focus on the glitches, because it's not worth it. You'll be a cheater. And bugs just happen and you can't affect them anyhow. A bug else could be, for example, also that people sell stuff, meanwhile a lag happens online and they often get an up crash screen because the game doesn't calculate stuff when it's freezing and there's a wait for connection. You better don't do stuff meanwhile that happens, other than just scrolling around the map and watching stuff. Don't perform clicks or you might get an up crash. People often don't know it. I think I'll also waste one video to show tricks on how to fix the italic issue, so that more players might be able to connect between each others. And of course, there might happen more Stronghold 1 videos, which I'll always gladly record, but there are not so much people which I could play with right now, and they are also busy and not in the mood, so you know, I just left it like it is. You can watch those, also like, subscribe, I don't know, whatever. Cheers guys, goodbye, see you next time.